All right, and welcome back. Jonathan Clarke here, joined live in the studio by the Saw Doctors, one of the biggest bands from Ireland that you may not know about yet. Anyway, Leo Moran and Davy Carton from the band. Welcome, guys.
It's great to be here.
It's great to have you here, and I've seen you guys play a million times, as have many people in the tri-state area. You guys sell out the Nokia Theater like it's like you, at the bat of an eye, really. And I did not know this one statistic, but the Saw Doctors had the biggest selling single in Irish history with the song "Used to Love Her."
Yeah, it was number one for 9 weeks when we hadn't been long as a band at the time, and we just kind of hit the jackpot. It was interesting, to say the least.
I mean, obviously, you know, some might say the Saw Doctors are the most successful Irish band since that band whose lead singer uses one name, and I think the guitar player uses one name, too, or something like that.
You can call me Mono.
Mono?
Yeah,
instead of Bono.
Yeah, if you want to.
The band originates from a small town called Tuam, I think, in County Galway, right? Talk about growing up in that town.
Yeah, it's just a small town in the west of Ireland, and we grew up in the 70s and 80s, and we loved just music that we heard on the radio. It's a town of...
What was that music that you guys heard at that time? Was it the same thing everyone else was hearing, or was it a lot of Irish folk music, or was it... What were the influences that you guys sort of said, you know, hey, you know what, I want to pick up a guitar, I want to write a song, I want to sing like this person or that person, or...
Yeah, I think it was pop and rock and punk then for us as well. We were at the right age when the punk thing happened, and we just liked all kinds of music, really, and mostly international music, I suppose. We never saw ourselves as an Irish folk kind of an influence thing as such, although I'm sure there are elements in there for us.
There have been comparisons to you guys and the songs, the type of songs that you write with, say, like Bruce Springsteen.
Yes.
You know, sort of like small town, sort of like, you know, everyman sort of, you know, working man song.
That's basically it, yeah. It's something that it's I think what it is that people recognise, because anything that we sing about would happen to themselves, you know, so I think it's kind of just a small town.
No matter what country you're in,
Well, it doesn't matter where you're from.
Yeah,
right.
A small town is a small town in America, whether it's in America or in Ireland or
and just
wherever.
ask John Mellencamp, right?
Yeah, and they're the same. Same
well,
things.
the most recent CD came out, I guess, in the States in 2005, has an interesting title. It's called The Cure. Of course, immediately I think of the big band from England, but it probably has nothing to do with that.
Well, we're the Saw Doctors, so we hope that our music brings something of value to other people's lives, and we're trying to share that, and that's the little cure that we're trying to bring to people.
Spread the cure, as it were. A cool song, actually, it's track 1 on the CD. It's called Out for a Smoke. Now, is there any other meaning to the title of this track other than, like, did somebody go outside and have a cigarette and write a song, or...
Well, it's trying to capture really the state of the nation in Ireland, that song. It's just been a new development in the last couple of years where you can't smoke in the bars. And
just like New York.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
It's kind of like the changes that happened, isn't it, over the years, the changes that are happening. So
that's what that song is trying to capture.
Q1043 is out of the box here with Jonathan Clarke along with Davy Carton and Leo Moran from the Saw Doctors live in the studio. We were talking about this before. How long has the band been coming to this area to play? Like 10 years or more now, right?
It's more than that now. We first came to America in 1991 to play.
Oh, so yeah,
long time ago.
Yeah, we played in Tramps first in West.
Oh, Tramps, the late great Tramps.
Yes,
yeah.
Actually, lately we were trying to work it out, and I think we're up around 60 tours of America now at this stage.
Oh man! So how about New York? Is it sort of like a second home for you guys? Because you guys are really big here.
We love New York.
That's for sure. Yeah.
And New York loves you guys because you sell a lot of tickets to the shows here.
Yeah, we're very lucky. We have a great following here, and we can look out in the audience and see all the faithful fans, all the faithful faces every night.
And that's, you know, it always amazes me that a band that, say, doesn't get played on a lot of radio stations in America, top 40 rock or whatever, can still sell that many tickets.
I think it's amazing because I think the Saw Doctors was a kind of a word-of-mouth band, really, more than anything else. You know, I think people, when they came to see us first, they said, oh, you know, I'm going to bring friends the next time, and that's how it moved on.
And between that and the internet, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean,
and now we've moved on to the internet, so...
Right. Well, the Saw Doctors playing the Nokia Theater in Times Square, and that is coming up, actually, this March 10th. Yes, it's actually a Saturday night, March 10th. Is this like the 20th anniversary of the band now? You're just like 16 years?
A couple of more years, and we'll be on the 20, yeah.
Oh, okay. So like 17, 18?
Around there. I'd say we're around the 18 now.
Yeah.
We don't have we can't find our birth certificate. We don't really know when we were born.
Well, there's a song on the latest CD I have to play, of course. It is called Last Summer in New York. Talk about the inspiration for that song.
Well, there's a friend of ours we know in New York, and things weren't going well for him for a while, and he had a scheme that he was going to leave the city and maybe go to Berlin for a new life. But then things started to go right for him again, so he's still in New York. But this song was written at the time when he was pondering his future.
To this very day, he decided to stay right here in the Big Apple.
Yeah. I wouldn't blame him.
Who'd blame him, yeah.
Well, it's Leo Morin, Davy Carton from the Saw Doctors. Thank you guys so much for stopping by the show tonight. Really appreciate it.
No problem at all. It was a pleasure.
Yeah. And we're really looking forward to doing a good show on the Nokia, because we had a little problem the last time.
That's right. Now, what happened? The equipment was lost or stolen. What happened?
Yeah, I'll just run through it really quick. A wheel went off the bus upstate New York, so we got a guy to bring us down with a tow truck. He towed the trailer down to the city, dropped the bags at the hotel, and then he drove back upstate New York with all our equipment in the
guitars
trailer
and everything, yeah.
And he became uncontactable and unfindable.
Funny how that happens.
Yeah, and we had to rent from SIR all the guitars, all the chords, all the amps, all the drums, everything.
SIR ain't cheap either.
No, and we had to do it quite quick, and it was great that we were able to. Fair play to them. So we had to do the show with rented everything. So it was a bit of a strain.
Yeah, I'm sure, and like no one in the audience knew anything about that. Obviously, you just put on a show.
Believe it or not, yeah, we looked at the internet and the people said it was a great gig. It's just like a great gig, you know. So, but the thing about it is, for ourselves this time round, we'll get it right. For ourselves, so.
Well, I think you got it right that night. You'll definitely get it right Saturday night, March 10th, the Saw Doctors at the Nokia Theatre. For more info on the band, just go to Q1043.com. Keywords: the Saw Doctors.